Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today, we have a monumental breaking news story that transcends the standard tournament updates or ranking shifts. We are looking at a story of generations colliding, of history bridging the gap between an established, undisputed icon of the sport and a rising, fiercely talented young star who is carrying the hopes of an entire nation on her shoulders. The news has just dropped, and it is reverberating through every corner of the tennis world, from the bustling local courts in Manila all the way to the hallowed, meticulously manicured grass courts of the All England Club. The announcement is official, and it is breathtaking in its implications. 21-year-old Filipina tennis sensation Alexandra Eala is set to team up with the legendary 45-year-old Venus Williams in the doubles draw of the WTA 500 Bad Homburg Open in Germany, scheduled to take place from June 21st to the 27th. Stop for a second and let the sheer magnitude of that headline sink in. We are talking about Venus Williams, a woman who essentially redefined the modern power game, a 7-time Grand Slam singles champion, a 14-time Grand Slam doubles champion, a former world number one, and a pioneer who paved the way for generations of athletes. And standing right next to her, on the same side of the net, will be Alex Eala. Eala is the crown jewel of Philippine tennis, a young woman who has been meticulously honing her craft at the Rafael Nadal Academy, grinding her way through the ITF circuit, and making a name for herself as a fearless competitor on the WTA Tour. To see these two names linked together as a doubles team is a kind of narrative magic that sports writers dream of, but rarely get to witness in reality. It is a passing of the torch, a mentorship playing out in real time under the blinding lights of professional competition, and a testament to the enduring, cross-generational appeal of tennis. The Bad Homburg Open, a crucial WTA 500 grass court event that serves as a direct lead-up to Wimbledon, will serve as the battleground for this unprecedented alliance. Both Eala and Williams have also been awarded main draw wild cards for the singles competition, joining local German talent Eva Liss. But it is this doubles pairing that has completely hijacked the narrative. When the Tennis Channel first broke this development earlier today, the reaction was immediate and electric. This is not just two players deciding to share a court for a week. This is a strategic, historically significant alignment. For Alex Eala, this represents an opportunity of a lifetime. Imagine the wealth of knowledge, the tactical nuances, the sheer psychological resilience she stands to absorb just by sharing a practice session, let alone a competitive match. With one of the most decorated grass court players in the history of the Open era, Venus Williams has won Wimbledon 5 times in singles and 6 times in doubles. She knows how the grass breathes, how the ball skids, and what it takes to mentally break an opponent on this highly specific, unforgiving surface. But what makes this pairing even more fascinating, and what added a brilliant layer of competitive drama to this story, is the recent history between these two athletes. They are not entirely unfamiliar with each other on a doubles court. In fact, just a few months ago, at the WTA 250 ASB Classic in Auckland, New Zealand in January, they stood on opposite sides of the net. In that opening round encounter, Alex Eala partnered with her close friend and fellow American teenager Iva Jovic. Across from them stood Venus Williams, partnering with another formidable veteran, the Ukrainian star Eala Svitolina. In a match that crackled with intensity and showcased the fearless, aggressive shot-making of the younger generation, Eala and Jovic pulled off a stunning upset. They defeated the veteran powerhouse duo in straight sets, taking a thrilling tiebreaker 7-6 before dominating the second set 6-1. That match was a statement. It was Eala proving that she was not intimidated by the aura of greatness on the other side of the net. And perhaps, just perhaps, that fearless performance is exactly what caught the eye of Venus Williams. Champions recognize champions. Venus knows what raw, unbridled talent looks like, and in Alex Eala, she clearly saw a spark, a relentless competitive drive that made her think, I want that energy on my side court. This brings us to a profound turning point in the landscape of women's tennis, marking a narrative that we must explore in absolute, uncompromising depth today. How does a partnership like this actually function? What are the tactical advantages of pairing a 21-year-old left-handed baseline grinder with a 45-year-old serving juggernaut who possesses some of the best hands the net has ever seen? What does this mean for Alex Eala's trajectory as she prepares for the most prestigious tournament in the world, Wimbledon? And what does this say about Venus Williams, her enduring love for the game, and her evolving role as the ultimate elder stateswoman of the WTA Tour. We're going to unpack every single angle of this breaking news. We are going to look at the history, the strategy, the emotional weight, and the broader implications for the sport. Buckle up, because we are diving deep into what will undoubtedly be one of the most watched, highly anticipated storylines of the entire 2026 grass court season. To truly understand the gravity of this upcoming partnership in Bad Homburg, we have to contextualize the two women involved, starting with the Titan herself, Venus Williams. We are in the year 2026, and the fact that Venus is not only still competing on professional tour, but actively seeking out new partnerships and playing singles at the highest level is nothing short of miraculous. It defies every conventional metric of athletic longevity. We are talking about a player who turned professional in the mid-1990s. Let that sink in. Venus Williams has been playing professional tennis longer than Eala has been alive. Her career is not merely a timeline of victories. It is an encyclopedia of tennis history. She, along with her sister Serena, revolutionized the sport. They brought unprecedented power, supreme athleticism, and an unapologetic intensity that forced the entire women's tour to adapt or be left behind. When you look at Venus Williams on a grass court, you are looking at royalty. Grass is a surface that rewards aggressive serving, quick reflexes, and the ability to end points efficiently at the net. Venus's game was seemingly tailor-made for the lawns of Wimbledon. Her massive first serve, her devastating wingspan at the net, and her flat, penetrating ground strokes have made her one of the most feared grass court players in history. But beyond the physical attributes, it is her mental fortitude that sets her apart. She has weathered injuries, illnesses, including a highly publicized battle with Sjogren's syndrome, and natural, inevitable wear and tear that comes with decades of elite competition. Yet, her passion for the game remains entirely undiminished. She plays because she loves the battle. She plays because she still believes she can compete. And now, at 45, she is adopting a role that we have seen other legends embrace in the twilight of their careers. The mentor, the guide, the living legend who partners with the youth to impart wisdom while simultaneously drawing energy from their youthful exuberance. Think back to Martina Navratilova, another icon who extended her career deep into her 40s by dominating the doubles circuit, often partnering with much younger players. There's a specific kind of magic that happens when generational wisdom meets youthful firepower. For Venus, play with Eala is a brilliant strategic move. Eala brings the fresh legs, the incredible court coverage, and the hunger of a player desperate to prove herself on the world stage. Eala can chase down every ball, extend the rallies, and create angles that force the opponents into uncomfortable positions. Venus, in turn, can command the net, dictate the pace with her serve, and use her unparalleled court sense to poach and put away volleys. It is a classic doubles construction, the baseline retriever setting up the aggressive net player, but it is elevated by the sheer historical weight of the two individuals executing it. Now, let us shift our focus to the other half of this fascinating equation, Alexandra Eala. To understand what this moment means for Eala, you have to understand the incredible pressure and expectation she has been operating under since she was a young teenager. Coming from the Philippines, a country with a massive, deeply passionate sports fan base, but without a long, established history of producing Grand Slam tennis champions, Eala has been hailed as a prodigy for years. She has carried the hopes of millions of Filipinos who wake up at ungodly hours to stream her matches on the ITF and WTA tours. She is not just playing for herself. She is playing for representation. She is carrying a flag. Her journey has been defined by a relentless work ethic and a commitment to surrounding herself with the best possible development environments. Moving to Spain to train at the Rafael Nadal Academy was a pivotal decision that shaped her into the ultimate professional. You can see the Nadal influence in her game. The heavy, looping forehand, the incredible tenacity, the refusal to give up on a single point, and the intense focus she brings to the court. As a junior, she proved her pedigree, winning multiple junior Grand Slam doubles titles and capturing the historic 2022 U.S. Open Junior Girls Singles Championship, becoming the first Filipino to achieve such a feat. But the transition from junior tennis to professional circuit is notoriously brutal. It is a graveyard of former prodigies who could not adapt to the physicality, the week-in, week-out grind, and the mental toughness required to compete against fully grown, seasoned professionals. Eala, however, has navigated this transition with remarkable poise. She has been steadily climbing the rankings, grinding out wins on the ITF circuit, and making her presence felt in WTA events. Her 2026 season has been a testament to her growth. We saw her wrap up her clay court swing with some incredible battles. While she suffered an early exit at Roland Garros, falling to her friend and doubles partner Iva Jovic, we cannot forget her spectacular run just before that at the Italian Open in Rome. There, on the red clay, she pushed the world number 2, Elena Rybakina, to the absolute limit. She gave one of the biggest hitters in the women's game a massive scare, before eventually falling in a tight 3-set battle in the third round. That match against Rybakina was a revelation. It showed that Eala has the defensive skills to absorb elite power and the counterpunching ability to hurt the top players in the world. But grass is a completely different beast. The clay court season rewards patience, heavy topspin, and the ability to slide into shots. Grass, particularly the slick courts of Bad Homburg and Wimbledon, requires a completely different skill set. It requires a lower center of gravity, shorter backswings, the ability to take the ball incredibly early, and a willingness to move forward. This is where the partnership with Venus Williams becomes not just a cool story, but a crucial developmental masterstroke for Eala. Imagine being a 21-year-old player, still relatively inexperienced on professional grass courts, and getting to spend an entire week practicing with, talking to, and playing alongside Venus Williams. The tactical advice Venus can offer is invaluable. She can teach Eala how to hit the slice, serve out wide on the grass to open up the court. She can explain the nuances of positioning at the net when the ball is skidding low. She can share the mental strategies required to stay focused during rain delays and the unique pressures of the European grass court swing. Eala has explicitly stated how important friendships and mentorships are on the tour. She spoke movingly earlier this year about how isolating professional tennis can be for young girls, how if they weren't playing tennis, they would be in university environments making friends. By pairing with Venus, Eala isn't just getting a doubles partner. She is gaining access to an entire library of tennis wisdom. She is getting a first-hand look at the daily routines, the preparation, and the mindset of a multi-time Grand Slam champion. Let us break down the tactical synergy of this team on a grass court. Alex Eala is a left-handed player. This alone provides a massive strategic advantage in doubles. A lefty-righty combination is incredibly difficult to play against because it disrupts the standard return patterns. When Eala serves from the ad court, her natural left-handed slice will pull the returner wide off the court, opening up a massive gap down the middle. This is a dream scenario for a net player like Venus Williams. Venus can comfortably hover in the middle of the court, knowing that the returner is stretched out wide and will likely float a weak return back towards the center. Venus, with her immense wingspan and aggressive instincts, will absolutely feast on those floating returns. Conversely, when Venus is serving her trademark heavy, flat serves, Eala will be at the net. While Eala is more known for her baseline game, being forced to play the net alongside Venus will rapidly accelerate her volleying skills. Venus will demand aggressive positioning from her partner. Furthermore, Eala's ground strokes will be crucial in defending against opposing servers. Her ability to dip the ball low over the net will force the opposing net players to hit up on their volleys, allowing Venus to step in and finish the point. They offer a perfect contrast. Eala's grinding left-handed spin and relentless baseline defense, paired with Venus's first strike power, imposing net presence and unshakable experience. It is also vital to analyze the broader context of the Bad Homburg Open. This WTA 500 event is not just a casual tune-up. It is a highly competitive, prestigious tournament that attracts some of the biggest names in the sport. The entry list this year is absolutely stacked. We are talking about players like Iga Swiatek, Alina Svitolina, Mira Andreeva, Karolina Machova, Naomi Osaka, and many others who are using this event to fine-tune their grass court games before heading to London. The field is incredibly dense, meaning that Eala and Williams will be tested immediately. Every match will be a high-stakes battle against top-tier opposition. For the tournament organizers in Bad Homburg, awarding wild cards to both Eala and Williams, for both singles and doubles, was a stroke of genius. It guarantees massive media attention. You have a nostalgia and immense drawing power of Venus Williams combined with the fervent, highly engaged fan base of Alex Eala. The Filipino tennis community is known for its incredible online presence and support. When Eala plays, the entire nation tunes in. The social media engagement, the viewership numbers, and the sheer energy surrounding their matches will be off the charts. The organizers know that the storyline is box office gold. But beyond the marketing and the media frenzy, there is a deeply human element to this story that we must acknowledge. Think about the locker room dynamic. Think about what it means for the sport of tennis to have players from vastly different eras interacting in this way. Tennis is a sport that can often feel highly individualized, almost ruthlessly selfish. You are out there alone, fighting for points, rankings, and prize money. But doubles offers a sanctuary of camaraderie. It forces communication, mutual support, and shared responsibility. For Venus Williams, at this stage in her life and career, choosing to play doubles with a rising star like Eala suggests a desire to give back to the game. It suggests that she wants to leave a legacy not just in the record books, but in the minds and games of the players who will carry the sport forward long after she eventually retires. And for Alex Eala, this is a moment of profound validation. To be selected, to be accepted as a partner by Venus Williams, is a massive vote of confidence. It says, I see you, I see your talent, I see your potential, and I believe we can win together. That kind of endorsement from a legend can alter a young player's career trajectory. It builds an unshakable inner confidence. When Eala walks onto the court at Wimbledon, whether in singles or doubles, she will walk with the knowledge that she has stood shoulder to shoulder with one of the greatest to ever do it. She will carry the lessons learned in Bad Homburg into every match she plays for the rest of her life. Let us also revisit that Auckland match from January, because it is the prologue to this entire story. When Eala and Jovic defeated Williams and Svitolina, it wasn't just a lucky win. It was a demonstration of how the modern game has evolved. Eala and Jovic played with a fearlessness that is characteristic of this new generation. They didn't back down from the heavy hitting. They absorbed it and redirected it. Eala spoke after that match about the difficulty of playing against a close friend like Jovic in singles later in the tournament, emphasizing how they had practiced together heavily and knew each other's tendencies. But in that doubles match against Williams, Eala showed an ability to compartmentalize, to focus purely on execution regardless of the aura of the opponents. Venus Williams, even in defeat, surely recognized that mental toughness. She recognized a player who was not starstruck, but rather highly motivated by the challenge. By teaming up with Eala now, Venus is essentially saying, if you can beat me, come join me. Let's see what we can do together. As we look ahead to the week of June 21st, the anticipation is going to build to a fever pitch. The practice videos of Eala and Williams hitting together will go viral. The press conferences will be packed. Analysts will dissect their first-round match point by point. If they can string together a few wins, if they can find their rhythm and utilize their contrasting styles effectively, they could be incredibly dangerous. A deep run in Bad Homburg would not only be a spectacular story, but it would also provide both players with immense momentum heading into the championships at Wimbledon. This partnership also highlights the beauty of the WTA Tour structure, which allows for these cross-generational mashups. Unlike many other physical sports where the age gap would make such a partnership impossible or completely uncompetitive, tennis, especially doubles, allows for strategy, positioning, and experience to level the playing field against pure youthful athleticism. Venus Williams doesn't need to cover the entire court the way she did at 25. She has Alex Eala to run down the wide balls. Eala doesn't need to panic at the net. She has Venus Williams to take control of the airspace. It is a symbiotic relationship built on mutual respect and complementary skills. We must also consider the impact of this news on the landscape of Asian tennis. Alex Eala is a trailblazer. While we have seen incredible champions from Asia, Li Na, Naomi Osaka, the Southeast Asian region has been waiting for a superstar to break through on the global stage. Eala is the manifestation of years of grassroots development and hope. By aligning herself with a global icon like Venus Williams, Eala is elevating the profile of Philippine tennis to unprecedented heights. Young girls in Manila, in Cebu, in Mindanao, who are picking up rackets today, We'll see Alex Eala standing next to Venus Williams and realize that the highest levels of the sport are not out of reach. It is a powerful visual representation of breaking boundaries and shattering glass ceilings. The preparation for this tournament will be intense. Eala has recently wrapped up her clay court season and will be transitioning her movement and timing for the grass. The footwork on grass is delicate. You cannot slide into your shots the way you do on crushed brick. You have to take small, precise adjustment steps. You have to stay low and be prepared for bad bounces. Having Venus Williams in her ear during this transition period is the ultimate cheat code. Venus can guide her through specific drills, the subtle grip changes to slice, and the aggressive mindset required to succeed on the lawns. As we continue to break down this incredible development, it is worth pausing to reflect on the sheer endurance of the Williams name in the sport of tennis. Even as Serena has stepped away from professional competition, Venus continues to carry the torch. She continues to challenge herself, to put herself in the arena, and to find new ways to engage with the sport she revolutionized. Her presence in the Bad Homburg draw, both in singles and doubles, is a gift to the fans. And her decision to partner with Alex Eala is a gift to the future of the game. This is not just a news update. It is the beginning of a historical chapter. The 21-year-old rising star and the 45-year-old living legend, the baseline grinder and the net master, the pride of the Philippines and the pride of American tennis. They will take the court together in Germany, and the entire sporting world will be watching. They will face formidable opponents. They will face the pressure of immense expectations. But they will do it together. To summarize everything we've unpacked today, this is a monumental shift in the narrative of the 2026 grass court season. The Bad Homburg Open has just become must-watch television. The strategic brilliance of a lefty-righty, youth and experience partnership makes Eala and Williams a legitimate threat in the doubles draw. For Alex Eala, this is a masterclass in grass court tennis and a profound endorsement of her talent. For Venus Williams, it is a continuation of her incredible legacy and a beautiful embrace of a mentorship role on the tour. As we gear up for June 21st, the questions are tantalizing. How far can they go? How quickly will their chemistry develop on the court? What lessons will Alex Eala take from this experience into her singles matches at Wimbledon? Only time will tell, but one thing is absolutely certain. This is why we love sports. We love the unscripted drama, the historical connections, and the moments when the past and the future of a sport shake hands at the net and decide to play on the same team. Thank you for joining me for this extensive deep dive into the breaking news of Alex Eala and Venus Williams teaming up. Make sure you are subscribed, because we will be tracking this story every single day leading up to the Bad Homburg Open. We will be analyzing their practice footage, breaking down their draw once it is released, and providing post-match analysis of every single time they step on the court together. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. How do you think this legendary pair will perform on the grass? Let the debates begin, and I will see you all in the next update.